What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Alright, we're coming back to Green Day. Yes, indeed. Green Day fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Atlas Hugged, and Atlas Hugged wanted to see me react to this song by Green Day called Homecoming. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Gonzalo Billy Joe HD, okay? And the video has 232,076 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? You ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Green Day, Homecoming, Storytellers HD. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
A song like Homecoming is like to come back to your hometown and find all these things, and or else it couldn't be something else. It could be you could find your home might be a mental institution or prison or something like that. Which that could be someone's home, but it's a reflective ending. I mean, it definitely is. It's open-ended, and we wanted it like that for a reason. I think because I think as individuals or as the characters in the book, people are just they don't know. You don't know until it's over.
Is beating from me. I'm standing all alone. Please come me early if you are coming home. Wasting another year flies by. Wasting night on two.
Were they pumping in crowd noise through the PA? Give me a break. Were they really?
Wasting night on two.
They were. They pumped crowd noise into the PA. Wow.
Wasting another year flies by. Wasting night on two.
And then the live crowd kicks in afterwards, like a whole full second and a half to 2 seconds afterwards. He cuts off and the crowd noise through the PA stops right with them, but the live audience doesn't. Oh geez, what a train wreck. I like that. Vocals dropped out, but instruments did not. Right there. So the vocals dropped out, but the instrumentation did not. So there's clearly an edit there. And that can be done in the back. That can be done in the production truck. But you can't just take out the vocals. It's all laid to one track. Unless FOH muted, unless they muted the vocals on the board directly. But there's 3 mics going right now, so that means you'd have to push the mute button on all 3 buttons all at the same time. I mean, they're all next to each other. It wouldn't be hard to do, but you got to hit all 3 buttons at the exact same time to mute them and then hit them again to turn the mute off. I mean, it can be done. It absolutely could be done, but I'm beginning to wonder. I mean, look, this is for television, okay? This is for television. So, and when you're doing a television show, the television studio, the television production company, they have absolute 100% final say. So, if they come to a band who's going to be performing live and they say, hey, we don't want to do a whole bunch of reshoots and a whole bunch of retakes, and if you mess up on the live song, for playing live, we don't have to stop and reset and try again. It takes too much time. It's too much money. So you're just going to do a lip sync job. Unfortunately, if that's the case, there's really nothing the band can do about it. Especially if the record company backs them, backs the TV company and says, listen, we need the TV exposure. Just bite the bullet this time and lip sync. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying for certain that they're lip syncing. I don't know. I mean, is it possible FOH knows when to mute and when to unmute? If it's their guys, they know the songs inside and out. If it's Green Day's guys, they know every word to every song that they're playing. So, yeah, they'll know when to mute and when to unmute. That is possible. And like I said, if it's 3 mics, the 3 mics should be right next to each other on the board. So 3 buttons, bing, bink. You know, it's not hard to do it all at the same time. It could be done. It absolutely could be done. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt for now. But they could very well be lip syncing. They could be. I don't know for sure yet. They could. You know the other thing they could be doing? They could be lip syncing with live mics. The mics could be live, and they're just not using them. Unless they're going to, like, talk to the crowd or something like that. Like, you know, they'll be lip syncing, and then, you know, they'll actually grab the mic, and they'll actually use the mic as a live mic and actually talk to the crowd. But then they'll go back to lip syncing when the song kicks back in. I've seen a lot of bands do that, too. So, I hate to say it, I've been in bands. Not for long. When I find out that kind of stuff goes on, I usually dip out pretty quick. So, but I've been in bands that have done that, and I'm just like, no, I am not going to be a part of this. I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm not going to be a part of this deception. So, anyway, let's keep going here. Pulling a Pete Townsend there with the windmill. Nice. High School Studs Edition. Ah, the Kinks. That's what it sounds like. That didn't add up. Wait a minute. He stepped away from the mic and the vocals were still going. Watch and see if you see what I see and hear what I hear. Watch his mouth. He'll back up, move to the side, and move forward well away from the mic, and the vocals are still going just like they were when he was singing. I think I might have all the evidence I need. Okay, right here. Watch him, listen, you're going to hear all the voices, but then watch him move away, and the voices are all still there. Both vocal parts. Watch.
Freddie Mercury as a front.
I ain't buying it. It's a lip sync job. Plain and simple. I know people are going to be pissed when they hear that. I know people are going to be like, oh, you don't know that for a fact. Yeah, I do. Look at what we just saw. Look at what we just saw and what we just heard. It is blatantly obvious now that this is a lip sync job. Obvious. Between the audience noise being piped in, between that, I mean, that's the big, what we just witnessed. That's all the evidence I really need is what we just saw right there. He literally walked away from the mic and walked in front of the mic so that there's no way the microphone could be picking up his voice. And yet the vocals never changed. Not for a second. Not for a single beat. The vocals continued on without him being behind the mic.
It's goddamn bullshit!
That's all the evidence I need. That sucks, man. That really sucks. And like I said earlier, I'm sure it's because it's the television studio. I'm sure of it. I'm sure the television studio came to them and said, listen, you want to be on our program? That's fine. You can be on our program. These are the rules. If you don't like them, that's okay. You don't have to be on our program. We have hundreds of other bands who would love to be on this program. And the sad thing is, they're right. There are a lot of other bands out there that would kill for an opportunity to get television exposure. More importantly, there are record labels who are willing to kill to get their band's exposure on television. So Green Day's record label probably said, listen, guys, we know this sucks. We know that this is you know, a real sour note to have to swallow, but you gotta do it. You gotta suck it up and do it for this one. So I'm sure Green Day are probably not too happy about that. And I'm willing to take it even a step further. I'm willing to bet that he did that on purpose. I'm willing to bet that he intentionally walked out in front of the microphone that way to prove a point, to show that he was, in fact, lip syncing. Did you see how fast the camera cut away? When he was moving toward the camera, how fast they quickly jumped away from him? You would think lead singer walking toward the camera, that'd be a perfect opportunity for the camera operator to kind of pan up and catch him, you know, interacting with the crowd or something. He's right there, literally in your face. I'll bet you they may have had a small panic attack in the production truck where they're like, oh crap, quick, cut away from him, quick. Camera 2, fast, you know? Ooh. Good on them. If that's the case, if that's the situation, and they're being forced to lip sync, and the lead singer ain't happy about it, and that's his way of showing that they're lip syncing, good on him. Good on him. I'm thrilled that he did that. That's awesome. Point that spotlight on the TV producers. Point that spotlight on the TV production company. Point that spotlight on the TV studio and expose them for the frauds that they are. Absolutely. The cowards that they are. Absolutely. Can Green Day do this song live? Absolutely. I'll bet they can. It doesn't sound that hard. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. But good on them for exposing the truth. Good on them.
Freddie Mercury as a frontman was just as important as someone, if not more important than someone like John Lydon.
He's not even on the mic there. That's great. Oh, there's another example. Here's another example. Backing vocals, 2 voices. We hear them, right? They're harmonizing while the lead singer is singing. That means both of these 2 guys need to be on the mic. Bass player's not on the mic right now, but we hear 2 voices, don't we?
As someone, if not more important than someone like John Lydon.
Love it. He's just standing right in front of the mic like, that's right, we're lip syncing. Ha ha! Love it. Love everything about it. You go, boy. Expose those cowards. So here we are, 2 backing vocals, and the guy on stage right's on the mic, but the bass player is not. He's looking down at his neck. That's like my 4th or 5th piece of evidence right there. A 5th, I think. That's my 5th piece of evidence. Do I really need more evidence? Do I really need to show more evidence? I'm sure there's more that's going to pop up. Yeah, good on them. Good on them, man. That's awesome. I'm proud of Green Day for doing that. Screw those record companies, man. No, actually, not even the record companies, the television companies. Man, forget those cowards. The bass player, mouth closed, completely closed, right there on the mic like he's singing. That's great! Oh, that's awesome. Sounds like we're about to kick back in. That breakdown section, I kind of dig it. I do kind of dig it. It's a nice, I don't want to say diversion, but it's a nice detour from the pace that would be going on for the last 4 minutes. Straight ahead. Had that session that had that kind of Kinks feel to it, that you really got me kind of feel to it. And then we go into this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's nice. That's nice. Really nice. The songwriting on the song actually feels really good. I'm digging the songwriting. It's a shame it's not really live. That's such a shame. But that's okay. I mean, look, you gotta do what you gotta do, and if you gotta deal with television studios and the cowards that they are, then you gotta deal with television studios. But good on them for taking every chance they possibly can to take shots at the television studio by showing and making it blatantly obvious that they're lip syncing. Good on them, man. I love it. I love everything about it. Let's keep going. Okay, live mic. Okay, now wait. I said at the beginning they could be lip syncing with live mics. There's a good example. Now here's the thing. Listen to his mic when he actually just talks, and listen to the mic or listen to his vocals when he's singing. It's completely different. Completely different. You can hear the hiss. You can hear the signal. You can hear the tone difference. It's a completely different monster. Listen for the difference between when he's singing right now and when he just talks to the crowd. Listen to the difference. There's a significant difference. Way different. Reverb, more than anything, is the reverb difference. Listen to it again. Listen for that. That's what you really need to listen for more than anything. When he's singing, there's no reverb. When he's talking, all of a sudden, there's a ton of reverb. Listen again. No reverb. A lot of reverb. Wow. The song switched up feel 3 times in about a minute and a half. That's great. Good job. Good job on the songwriting. The arranging, the songwriting, really nice. It helps keep the song fresh. It helps keep the song moving. It helps more importantly, it helps keep the listeners and the audience vested. Smart move. Really smart songwriting. And it felt good. Everything has gone together. Nothing felt abrupt. Even when it was sudden, it didn't feel abrupt. It felt like it was meant to happen. You know what I mean? Like that was meant to be. That's awesome. Not everybody can pull that off. Good on them for doing some great songwriting there. that keyboard coming from?
In the summer heat. The world is spinning round and round, out of control again. The shadow of until you feel it breaking down. So send my love ahead of dawn. The beds that may in hell.
Time matching up. Another switch up?
We're coming home again. We're coming home again. Why shut it? Running a sound is my feet touch ground. We're back in Memorial. Between you and me, that Chico town, that's home. We're coming home again. Home. We're coming home again. Home. We're coming home again.
Didn't line up.
We're coming home again.
I love the transitions, man. We've had like, what was that? That's like transition number 6 or 7 now that we've had. I love it. I am absolutely convinced the vocals are lip syncing. I'm absolutely convinced of that. Now the instruments, the guitar, the bass, the drums, those sound live. Those do sound live. And I've been watching the playing and it looks live. Everything that their fingers are doing is lining up with the music. Everything their mouths are doing, not so much. So I believe they are playing the song, like instrumentally. I believe they're playing the song live. Vocally, they're not. I mean, there have been, what has it been now? 7, 8 pieces of evidence that I've shown now that have shown that they are not lining up. The mouths and the sound are not lining up consistently. I mean, sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. So don't even think about coming to me with, oh, there's a delay. If there's a delay, then how are they on time at certain points and off time others? It's not a delay. Don't give me that. Come on. Give me a break. I get it. I do get it, but it still upsets me. But I'm not blaming the band. I am absolutely not blaming Green Day for that. That is not their fault. That is not their call. Unfortunately, that is the television studio's call. And their record label caved and said, okay, we'll do it. It'd be nice if you had a record label that actually stand up for their artists every now and then and worry more about the integrity of their artists than making money, you know? But unfortunately, that's all record labels really care about, is how much money that their bands can make them. It's one of the reasons why I will never be part of a record label ever. Ever. I would rather stay broke and independent. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's keep going. I hear in the mix, I hear at least 2, possibly 3 voices. Look at how many people are on the mic. Mike here, he's on it. Mike here, not on it. Mike over here, Look how far away he is. Look how far away the guitar player is from his mic. There's no way. Drummer's not on his mic. Yet we hear 2 or 3 voices. And he's the only one on a mic.
People say, can rock and roll change things? Well, I think it can, if it changes your mindset for 1 second or makes you question anything, then yes, I think so.
Yeah, moves mountains.
Very true.
Go to VH1.com right now to see exclusive behind
Oh, it's VH1. Oh, Viacom. That explains everything. That explains everything. Okay.
the scenes photos from our storytellers.
VH1, owned by Viacom. Yep, that explains a lot. Okay, well, good old Viacom, great production company that they are. Ugh. Boy. All right, well, there's a lot I gotta take into account. There's a lot I gotta think about. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Green Day with Homecoming. This was a request from Atlas Hugged. Okay, before I give my score, I would just like to say a couple of things. Number one, the score itself is being based on a number of factors. Now, some of those factors, if I'm being honest with you guys, some of those factors I'm unfortunately having to base my score on based completely on assumption, because I don't know the circumstances and I don't know the facts. I don't know what really happened. I'm assuming a lot. And unfortunately, I'm making these assumptions based on past history, personal experience, and knowledge of the industry. Okay, so I have a theory about what happened here, and my score does reflect that. My score absolutely reflects that. So please keep that in mind. Okay, I may be wrong, and if I am wrong, and people can actually provide documented proof that says this is what really happened, I'll be more than happy to say I was wrong. I'll be more than happy to do that. Trust me, I'll be more than happy to do that. But you can't just say, well, I know for a fact that that's not what happened. Well, where's your proof, man? I'm making the disclaimer now that I'm basing my score on some assumptions, like I said, based on personal history, personal experience, knowledge of the industry, what has happened in the past, a lot, okay? So, do I know the exact circumstances behind this? No, I don't, okay? But I'm having to base my score on some assumptions that I'm making, okay? Now, if people want to prove me wrong, that's fine, but they better provide proof. Concrete, irrefutable proof to back up the claim. Otherwise, they're just making assumptions just like I am, okay? Anyway, I'm doing my best to keep my score as much about the song and the songwriting as possible, okay? But I am taking some of the live, quote-unquote, live factors into this as well, so please keep that in mind as well. Having said all that, let's get to the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.6. Yep, 8.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. The song. Let's focus on the song first. The most important thing here, okay? I dug the song. I thought the song was great. I thought the song was a lot of fun to listen to. I loved all those transitions and all of those changes. It really helps to keep the listeners vested in a 10-minute long song, 11-minute long song. Imagine listening to a song for 10 minutes where there were no changes. It just stayed the exact same, no deviations, no detours, no transitions, no nothing. For 10 minutes, it was just riffing. Imagine listening to that. I don't know about you, but to me, that is the definition of boring. I mean, it really is. That would absolutely put me into a coma. I would have a really hard time getting through it without turning it off. Yeah, that is not my definition of a good time. In this 10-minute song, 11-minute song, well, there was some speaking at the beginning, like 30 seconds of talk. So we're just going to call it 10 minutes, okay? In this 10-minute song, they had, I think it was seven different transitions. Great job. Great job. Great arranging, great songwriting, way to keep the listeners vested. Remember, adults, human adults, like adult human beings, we have an attention span of maybe 8 seconds, okay? If you don't do something to recapture the listener's attention, after 8 seconds, you've lost them. You've absolutely lost them. They're gone. You won't get them back either. Or you can get them back, but it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort. So you're better off just keeping their attention. One of the easiest way to do that, change it up. Change it up. Change it up. And they did a great job of that. They really did. I loved that one section. That sounded like the Kinks, man. I really did. The whole "you really got me" type of feel to it. Man, I dug that. That was probably my favorite section out of the whole song. That and the 6/8 section. The 6/8 section was also really nice too. I dug that as well, but I'm a sucker for 6/8, sue me. And they did it at the end too, if I'm not mistaken. They went back to it for the end. Very smart. Very, very smart. Nothing wrong with coming back to things you've already done. You could break a song up into 3 or 4 sections and just keep coming back to them. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. That's what most bands do. Chorus, pre-chorus, verse. There you go. 3 different parts. And you keep coming back to them. But you know what that does? It keeps the song interesting. It keeps the song moving. Thus, it keeps the listener vested. And that is some smart songwriting on their part. Everything sounded pleasing to the ear. Nothing, and I mean nothing, stuck out like a sore thumb on this. This sounded great. It really did. Very, very well done. Very, very well written song. Dug everything about it. Now, let's talk about the quote-unquote live performance, okay? Here's what I saw. Here's what I heard, okay? Clearly, the instruments were playing live, okay? I could tell the instruments were being done live. Everything that they were doing, fingerings, movements on the picking, the usage of proper strings, the drumming, it was very clear to me that the instrumentation was live, okay? Guitar playing was live, bass playing was live. I have no doubts about any of that, okay? So would I consider this a live performance? Yes, I still consider this a live performance from an instrumental standpoint, okay? Now, vocally, let's be honest here. I showed, I don't know how many different examples during the course of this performance that they were not singing live. Clearly, they weren't. The moving away from the mics while the vocals were still going, the non-usage of lips while the lips were tightly shut while vocals were going on. You know, the multitude of voices, the 2 or 3 vocals that we heard going on when we only had one person on the mic. And that's another example. And throughout the entire video, there were places where, you know, the mouth was just not adding up with what we were hearing. And before anybody says, well, you have to take a delay into effect. No, I don't, because there were a lot of places where the mouth was right on with the vocal, perfectly in sync. And then there were other places where they were about a half second off, a full 0.5 seconds off. That is a lot. Do not tell me that was delay. Give me a break, okay? Seriously. If it's delayed, it would all be off. So, no. I don't buy that for 1 second. Clearly the vocals were off, and here's the biggest example. When the lead singer actually did speak on the mic to introduce the drummer, all of a sudden his voice had reverb, a lot of reverb. Meanwhile, when he was singing, there was the signal was dry. There was no reverb on the vocals at all. So here's what I suspect happened. Instrumentation is live. Vocals were not live. Vocals were lip synced on live microphones, at least the middle mic, the mic with the red tape on it to signify live mic, while the other two mics had blue tape on them. So I didn't see the drummer's mic, unfortunately. I never got to look at the back of his mic. I don't know if his mic had blue tape or red tape. I'm not sure. But that is a industry secret. You want to signify which one of the mics is live? Give it some red tape. Absolutely, that's a big signal. And it doesn't have to be blue tape. It could be blue tape. It could be green tape. It could be whatever tape you want. Red signifies live, okay? Or hot, as we say in the industry. It's a hot mic. So it's a hot mic when you have the red tape on it. Now, here's what I suspect happened. Record label approaches television show. Or television show approaches record label. Either way, the message is we want to have Green Day on this television show. Television company says, here are the rules. Rule number 1, no live play. At least not from a vocal standpoint. Too many opportunities for mistakes, too many opportunities for mess-ups. Too many opportunities for people to take advantage of a live mic and make a political statement or curse on the air or whatever. So no live mics, okay? That's just not gonna happen. They can play their instruments live if they want, that's fine, or we can just do a full-blown lip sync job. Record label comes to Green Day and says, we have an opportunity to be on television on VH1. Here's the deal, you cannot sing live. You can play live if you want, you cannot sing live at all. Green Day probably gave them the middle fingers across the board and said, we ain't doing that. Record label then turns around and says, you gotta do it. Number 1, it's in your contract. You do what we say. Number 2, it's a good opportunity and a good exposure for you guys to get on television. Plus, we could really use the television money. So you're gonna do it. Or you'll be in breach of contract. Your choice. At which point Green Day says, fine, we'll do it. And that's fine, they'll do it. But they're also going to go out there and they're going to knowingly, amongst the three of them, they're going to make every opportunity they can to show that they are lip syncing from a vocal standpoint. Like I said, playing live, I believe wholeheartedly they are playing live as far as instrumentation goes. But they took every opportunity they possibly could to make it blatantly obvious that they were not singing live. So all I'm going to say to that is this. Kudos. Absolute kudos. Mad respect to Green Day for doing that and showing once again those cowards in that television production company, in the television studio, really putting the spotlight on those guys and exposing them for the cowards they are. Kudos to Green Day, mad respect, all the respect in the world for doing that. I personally really appreciate it. And I am not being sarcastic. I am not being facetious. I mean that 100% sincerely. Mad respect to Green Day for doing that. Did that affect the score? As much as I would have liked it to affect the score in a positive way, it did not. It did not affect it in a negative way either. Technically, by letter of the law, I should have brought the score down a little bit because it wasn't a professional job. That wasn't acting professionally. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta make a statement. Sometimes you gotta take a stand. And I applaud them for that. So I didn't add points, but at the same time, I didn't take points off either. So, listen, this 8.6, as a result, is being completely merited on the song itself. No live play, obviously, other than the instrumentation. I'll say it sounded like they played the song well. I don't know if it was accurate or not to the record because I've never heard the song before. I can only assume that what I heard was accurate. It sounded good. It sounded right. So there you go. So like I said, I'm not taking the live performance into account because vocally it was a lip sync job. Again, mad respect to Green Day for shining the spotlight on those cowards at the television studio. So good on them for doing that. It did not help the score, but it didn't hurt the score either. I'm not going to take points off for it because I commend acts of courage like that. So Green Day getting a 8.6 for Homecoming. I feel good with that score, and that is where we're going to stay. So 8.6, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.